Danny, did you just need to see the ball go in? I mean, after a couple of games, or was it you never lost confidence? Boom.
Um, I think that's every shooter's thing. Kind of you see one go in, especially the first one, you feel good for the night. It just hasn't been my it just hasn't been my day the past couple games. So I just stay with my work, the same work that I put in every day, and just trusting my trusting what I put into the game. So
Mentally, is that how you just battle through it? If you just have an off shooting couple of games?
yeah, I mean you got to. I mean you can't really drag your head too much. Obviously it's frustrating. You might have some mental lapses every now and then, but the goal is to keep course and keep doing what you do to get to where you were. So
For y'all to be playing like this, playing really well these last two games heading into the CA tournament, how much does this help your confidence, your momentum as you head up to DC?
Yeah, Coach said he thinks that's the best game that we've played in a while. So it's just great to build that momentum going into the tournament. Whoever we play is going to present a different challenge, but we just got to take it one game at a time. But it's definitely nice to have that performance heading into the tournament.
Do y'all agree this is the best you've played, you think?
I'd say in a while, yeah, in a few weeks, definitely.
thinking a while, yeah, probably as far as both sides of the ball. I know shots were hitting tonight, but the defensive end we were just playing with a lot of passion and and so I think it goes hand in hand. Just the fact that we played really well on defense, and then on the offensive end, we just kept the ball moving, and everybody kind of scored tonight. So
Was that a buzzword you just tried to insert?
Indeed,
Might
it
have
was.
been, might have been.
Well, I know it just wrapped up 10 minutes ago, but how would y'all assess kind of the regular season as a whole?
Yeah.
You want it?
I mean, overall, we got to be happy. I think that's 23 wins, 23 and 8. So, it's been a little up and down. We've been a little inconsistent at times, but overall, I think we've played well. And like I said, it's just good to have that momentum going in the tournament. Hopefully, try and play our best basketball.
Diego said that.
I think I'll just reiterate what he said. Like a lot of ups and downs in the season, but when you have 16 new guys come in and a whole new coaching staff, it's not as easy as people make it out to seem. To come in here and get 20 wins, that's a feat that we can be proud of. It's a positive. So I think the main focus was, um, being at our best going into the tournament, and I think that's what we showed these past two games, and hopefully we can continue that going on into the conference tournament.
You talk a little bit about 24 assists and 34 made baskets. You guys and Thursday night too. You guys were really sharing the ball, and that seems to be a little bit an uptick in that here recently. Can you just talk to that?
Yeah, I think a key focus on our offense is that when we share the ball, we play really well. We get what we want, and we get easy looks. And I think that's what we were doing early on in the season. The ball was moving a lot. We were getting a lot of assists, and that's why we were playing so well. And like when we have those up and down games, it's just the ball sticks a little bit more. So I think the message that coach had all week was just to move the ball and play hard, and the rest will take care of itself.
You guys have talked on kind of the momentum going into DC. What y'all need to do in DC to make a run and conference title?
I think continue to move the ball and just play hard on both ends of the floor. I think defensively we were definitely on it tonight. We just got to continue that. It's one game at a time mentality, and yeah.
One of the things that coaches we talk about is you guys haven't always had the killer instinct. Just put teams away. I thought tonight you guys put the hammer down on them. What was different tonight, maybe?
I think we finally just put a full 40 minutes together. Took 30 games, but I think we finally put a full 40 minutes together that coach wanted. We got up Thursday night up by 15. We kind of let them get back in and feel good about themselves. So I think when you're up by that much, we finally just said no more, just end the night. So.
Senior night for both of y'all, just what did it mean to have your families here and have a good performance on it too?
It feels great. Been doing it for a while, so it feels good, especially tonight, just with the stretch that I've had personally. But it feels good to have everybody. We played well enough to get Jack, Adam, people that have put their heart into the team behind the scenes and don't really get the recognition for it on the court as much as we might. So I think that was the biggest thing, just getting them in the game and letting them have their moment.
Yeah, same thing. Just amazing to have family over here. I've had a great 2 years down here, and we really appreciate all the support. And like Debo said, it was great to get Jack and Adam in. They've done so much for the program, and happy to see them play. And for Ante and Debo to have the nights they had was really special as well. So great night for everyone.
Guys,
Thanks,
appreciate it.
guys.
Yeah.
Gosh,
Thank you.
thank you.
I guess I'd start off by, saying when you come into a game where the league has already played some games earlier in the day, and you look and, Campbell has a double bye that they're playing for, and knowing that if they win the game, they get one. And then knowing that no matter whether we win or lose or tie, that we're going to be in the same situation. I don't know if our players realized it, but you gain a little bit of a fear as a coach, like, come on, man, we want to play as well as we can heading into the tournament. And our guys did that today. I thought on both ends of the floor, from the beginning of the game all the way to the end of the game, we were as good as we've been throughout the conference season. And that's great. I'm glad that seniors can go out the way they deserve to go out with all the success they've had, both individually as players, collectively as a program, well before I was here. And, to see CJ and Ante do what they did on the floor tonight, I thought that was Ante's best defensive game of the year. A very, very challenging matchup in the leading scorer in the conference. And so really, really pleased. And now we have to take the next step and continue to improve, get some rest here over the next couple of days and practice up and head to D.C. With the intention of winning.
You boys said it took y'all 30 games, but you thought this was the most complete 40-minute performance of the season. Did you agree with that?
Yeah, I mean, I think we played really well the first two conference games, but I thought again, knowing what Campbell had at stake, I just thought our defense was where it needed to be. Guys were really locked in. They're a difficult team to guard in the sense that they're back cutting. Most kids are coming to the ball, they're going away from the ball, and it's a little bit eerie. Now we played them at Campbell and sort of gave us a little bit of idea of what was successful and what they were going to present. But again, a quick turnaround, which we always have on Saturdays. Thought our guys were really locked in. It was fun coaching them, and they shared the ball on offense, made the right play, missed a lot of layups, and we still score 87 points. So we have a dangerous team, and if we play that hard defensively, we'll give ourselves a chance in D.C.
What do you think was key these last few games for them to kind of turn it up a notch at this point? What was in practice? What did we do?
Yeah, I'd like to think that just the finality and knowing what's at stake, knowing the history of the program and where they've been the last few years, that's important to guys in the locker room. A lot of guys that weren't here a year ago, including myself, that's one of the reasons they came here, to win 20-plus games, to give themselves a chance to play in the NCAA tournament. And, a bunch of ping pong balls in a bucket, and they're going to pick one team from the CAA, and it's going to be through hard work, and it's going to be earned, and that's what we intend to do when we head to Washington, D.C. in a couple of days.
Talk about hoping the team would have a killer instinct. They certainly had that this evening. Is that obviously a good sign going into the tournament?
It's a great sign. Anytime you allow is probably the wrong word because both teams have scholarships, right? And they're competing. But when you have these mental errors on the defensive end that maybe you haven't had in the first 10 minutes of a half, or you take some wild shots or turn the ball over that you haven't done in the first 10 minutes of a half, it doesn't make sense. We've talked a lot about playing the right way when things are going well. And I thought we did that as well as we have all year. And the margin indicated that. And so it's hopefully something that we don't have to continue to learn, and we can continue to keep the foot on the gas and play with the intensity that we played tonight.
Going off that, what do y'all need to do to make a run in D.C.?
Worry about game one. Worry about game one, having a great week of practice. Of course, we won't know who we're going to play, but, I'm always a big believer, and it's more about, what we do and how we prepare versus, getting all bottled up about all the details of an opponent. We need a great week of practice. We need to build off these last couple games and head to D.C. with that type of feeling of being hungry. Everybody's playing for the same thing. It doesn't matter what your record is, what your seed is, who's better that night, and we've got to understand that. And I think we will.
You've had them for 1 year. They've had you for 1 year. But kind of what have some of these seniors kind of meant to you and your staff here in the first season?
Well, I'd start with the guys that were holdovers. Not necessarily just the two that get a lot of recognition, CJ and Ante, but guys like Adam, guys like Jack, guys that have given a lot to the program. Debo's obviously a senior. He was our first commitment. I think anytime you play for a new coach with new teammates, which is the era of college basketball nowadays, there's got to be some buy-in and there's got to be some trust. And it's not perfect, but I really believe that the character of the players that we have, the character of the student athletes that we coach, have allowed us to continue to grow as a team through some tough moments, well away from the game, tough moments. But it's been a journey, and I think they're a great group of guys. I've said it a million times. Even when I got on them in the press conference about their toughness level, there's not one Charleston alum that would ever have to worry about these guys not being great representatives of the program when they're away from basketball. And that's, to me, so much more important than who they are as players, even though I want it desperately for them as players.
You shot 54% from the floor, 44 from three. You had 24 assists. But to me, I think you're more proud of the defense.
Yeah, for sure. Because we've had these games where we scored 85, 88. Delaware is a perfect example, but it's like we're giving up that many, and so probably most pleased with our ability to sort of have that competitive fire when we got up 15, 17, 18, which we haven't had a lot this year. And so that's exactly why I'm most pleased.
We talked a lot about that competitive fire all season. Is that something you think you can coach, or like do the guys that you're kind of have to have in their mind?
I'm sure trying. I'm sure trying. They know how I feel. I just try to be very direct. They may not at times want to hear it, and I understand that, but I would want that as a player. Sometimes they hear things that maybe other people aren't telling them, but I sort of tell them what I feel is the truth as I watch our team. And it's not always going to be easy, but again, I have really high character players in that locker room, and we've managed to win 23 games with a brand new staff, a brand new team with one another, and so it's great to see us play the way we have this last week, and hopefully we can carry it on to DC.
Coach, I appreciate it.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.